The family of the Intel official Ankit Sharma claimed that the AAP MLA was involved in the questioning the AAP MLA as we speak. That's a big controversy that's coming in from New Delhi. We'll also try and go across to Abhishek. Abhishek joining us live. Abhishek, another big controversy that's now emerging is the family of the Intel official Ankit Sharma, who claim that the Aam Aadmi Party MLA needs to be questioned in the killing of their son. Abhishek, the family, in fact, we'll also play out the sound bites of the family, which is questioning the Aam Aadmi Party MLA and his role in the death of their son.
Niranjan, if you can hear me, the family home of Ankit Sharma is right there in a lane next to that tree at the bend, and bang opposite it is the house of this particular Aam Aadmi Party leader, and the family believes and accuses that leader to be behind the killing of this young boy who was working with the intelligence bureau and was getting trained to be an officer there. And even as we speak, this is the Khajuri area where intense patrolling is going on. People have been asked to stay indoors and not come out unless absolutely necessary. If you can hear this audio system which is playing out, public address system, the cops are warning anyone against coming out unless absolutely necessary. But Niranjan, what is important is that these are orchestrated riots and violence that has happened. 500 rounds of firing has taken place by these protesters in that area, in which now there is almost like a curfew situation, but then, of course, not an official curfew. What is important is Molotov cocktails, firing, bullet, and pistols. Everything was there available with them, and that really shows you the scale of preparation that was there. So obviously the cops now are concerned that there should be complete clampdown on any of these materials that are available. That's why, for example, drone cameras are being used to go to the rooftops and see for themselves whether these rooftops are stocked with that material. For example, the stone pelting that you see goes on for almost half a kilometer towards that side, and that side is Bhajanpura. And the kind of stone pelting that has taken place, Niranjan, it is not possible without proper preparation that takes some time. So, I mean, the cops are dealing with massive preparation and orchestration of riots, and it is hoped that by end of day today or maybe max tomorrow, complete area domination should be there, and that is what is aimed at. Niranjan.
The situation on the ground, but we're also picking up some breaking news information in the newsroom, Abhishek. And the information that we have is that the family of Ankit Sharma has said that Tahir Hussain, the Aam Aadmi Party councillor, needs to be questioned. They are claiming his role in the murder of their brother, saying anti-CAA protesters took my brother and 3 others to the building which belongs to Tahir Hussain, and that they gave a missing complaint to the police, and it was a building that belonged to the Aam Aadmi Party leader. Now the situation is getting very, very big. In fact, some sources also saying that he was merely targeted because he was a government official. Abhishek.
Well, yes, Niranjan, absolutely. So, I in fact went there and saw for myself the family, and I mean, not many of them are in a state of where they can talk, but Atul, for example, spoke to them, our correspondent who has been here for a while, and they clearly believe that it's almost like a orange borders that you see, for example, in Northern Ireland. So it's that kind of situation with one community living this side and another community living that side. And that is why they suspect that the other community and this Aam Aadmi Party leader, who's a councillor, Tahir Hussain, he actually perhaps instigated a mob which led to the lynching and killing of this officer Sharma, Ankit Sharma. So this is an accusation, we must clarify, and the situation is tense but under control. And the cops believe that with the kind of area domination that is now in place, you see the SSB soldiers completely manning the street and restricting all an inessential movement. They are hoping that all this would now really put a clamp on the kind of violence or recurrent violence that was taking place for the last 48 to 72 hours. So that accusation is there. That's an important development, Niranjan. Hopefully the investigation would be picked up soon in the killing of Ankit Sharma, the IB intern, I would say, who was getting trained to be an officer. And what we are seeing here is essentially the cops taking full charge of the area and making sure that this recurrence of violence that was leading to escalation does not take place.
Abhishek, sorry to interrupt you there, but we're getting in some pictures from Anuj as well, who's at the Congress headquarters. One of the first leaders who incited in Delhi, fearmongered in Delhi, his name is Manishankar Iyer. He was at Shaheen Bagh, fearmongered on not just CAA, but a few days after his Pakistan visit came to Shaheen Bagh, fearmongered. There was a very controversial speech and he's going to lead the march, we are being told. Abhishek, what an irony. Congress party which blamed forces and in IB, their leader who incited is leading a march now. Anuj is joining us with the details of Manishankar Iyer joining that march. Anuj.
Well, exactly, Niranjan. This is going to be a march from AICC, the Congress headquarters in the national capital, and they have planned to move from here to Gandhi Smriti. But yes, as you were talking it very rightly, and we are giving sense to our visual that what's happening. But the thing here is, the fact of the matter is that this was none other but Manishankar Iyer, the Congress leader, the controversial leader who was there at Shaheen Bagh, who was provoking people there at Shaheen Bagh, is the first leader to enter AICC headquarters, and he will be leading the march. And other than that, let me tell you that this was none other but Jagdish Titler. When we talk about the riots in Delhi, then this is the name what we always listen. And he is the second man who entered in AICC headquarters. I'm right outside AICC headquarters, and from here, from the Congress office, now the march will start and they will move toward Gandhi Smriti at these January mark. But yes, this is these are the visuals what we are giving you from AICC headquarters, and the Congress party has today planned a peace march to move toward Gandhi Smriti and taking the situation on the ground level in the national capital. Let me also remind you that yes, this was Sonia Gandhi, the interim president of the Congress party, who just did a press conference, and there she was blaming central government and the state government that what exactly is the situation. The two governments, central government and the state government, is responsible for the same. There we have seen the counter reaction from Bharatiya Janata Party. It was Prakash Javadekar who came out and said that all parties should come together on one platform and the politics should not be done. These are the visuals from AICC headquarters, where Jagdish Titler, Manishankar Iyer are the first two leaders who just went in. We have given the visuals, and at any moment from now, this march will start. The march will move toward Gandhi Smriti at 30th January mark, and this is going to be more Congress leader. What we have been told, rather, this is going to be Priyanka Gandhi also, who is expected to be here and will be joining the march and will be moving toward the Gandhi Smriti. But yes, when we talk about Manishankar Iyer, when we talk about Jagdish Titler, this is to see, this is to understand that what Congress party is on to and what Congress party is planning to. On one side, they are targeting central government, they are targeting the state government. On the other side, we are seeing the continuous politics from the leaders, that how Manishankar Iyer was there on the very stage at Shaheen Bagh and was provoking the people. And there, when we talk about 1984 riots, this is the name, Jagdish Titler, who is again back in the official event of the Congress party and will be leading the march, will be joining the march with the Congress party leader. We are giving you non-stop visuals from the AICC headquarters, and we are waiting for the moment for this march to be started from the AICC headquarters. Back to you in the studio.
Taking a short break, the biggest irony. One of the first leaders, political leaders at Shaheen Bagh, one of the first political parties was the Congress party. One of the first political leaders was Manishankar Iyer, who fearmongered at Shaheen Bagh. It's where it started, the fearmongering, and those who fearmongered are now leading the march, the peace march, so-called peace march in Delhi after the violence. We warned them about the violence. did not pay heed. Taking a short break on Republic TV, coming back with the breaking news updates